so I finally got to see Sonic the Hedgehog, directed by James Fowler. It stars Ben Schwartz as Sonic, you got James Marsden, and you also have Jim Carrey, who plays Dr. Robotnik in this movie. This is a pretty fun movie, so yeah, let's get into it. Let's talk about it. So I grew up with some of the Sonic games. I remember playing them on, PlayStation, Nintendo, stuff like that. My dentist, when I went there, had basically console games you could play while you waited to go in or waited for a certain part of the procedure, and Sonic was kind of always one of my go-tos. There was Need for Speed, and then there was Sonic, which I would play quite often. So I know a decent amount about the character. I haven't played all the games. I don't know a whole lot about all of the characters or a whole lot of the lore, but I could tell right off the bat that everyone involved in this movie did really care about it. I even got that sense too when, of course, the whole controversy around the design of Sonic and the studio spending a lot of money to basically delay the movie, get a new time slot, and redesign the character. You could tell that they really wanted to please the fans, and watching this movie, you can really tell that it's basically a love letter to all Sonic fans. I don't know how you can be a Sonic fan, go into this movie and come out not enjoying it. If you're not a Sonic fan, I don't know, you probably won't go see this movie anyways, but it's nothing that you won't be able to understand, but it's just a very simple movie and a very simple concept that probably won't excite non-fans of the Sonic. But if you are a Sonic fan, this is a very, very accurate representation of the character. Ben Schwartz does an amazing job. Jim Carrey brings a lot of energy and passion into Dr. Eggman or Dr. Robotnik, and it's basically Jim Carrey unleashed. He's as goofy as you would expect and want him to be in this role, because that is Dr. Robotnik's character. And yeah, both of these people did an amazing job bringing a lot of life into their characters. Yeah, like I said, this movie is pretty simple premise. Sonic, when he's young, finds out that he has a power. People are trying to take that power from him, and I'm trying to make this a spoiler-free, but the people trying to take the power away from him when he was younger kind of is a bit of an Easter egg to another character that they're probably going to bring in the sequels of this movie. And also, too, I'll say stick around for the mid-credit scene, because it is a very, very big announcements to what these future films are going to do and set up, which I'm really excited for. It's a pretty awesome mid-credit scene. But yeah, he flees his planet and he's kind of bouncing around planet to planet trying to be safe, hide his powers as much as he can. But Sonic's been lonely. He's on Earth, and he kind of takes to a sheriff played by James Marsden's character, and they end up kind of going on this road trip together to escape from Dr. Robotnik, because as the scenario kind of plays out, they both get stuck in the same scenario where they're on the run from Robotnik and they have to basically rely on each other, and it almost becomes like a buddy cop movie. And there's some really fun commentary. It's a very funny movie. There's some cleverly written jokes in there and cameos, and same thing too. There could have been a lot of continuity errors in this movie, but they kind of touch upon everything. There's like some scenes where there's one scene in particular where they leave food on the hood because they have to go and deal with something that's going on in the surrounding area, and then when they go back to the car, you see them in a rush to get out, and the food's flying all over the front of the dash. And there's a bunch of like I said, little continuity errors that they were able to keep in place, which I really appreciate. But yeah, very simple. Robotnik's after them, and it's their plan to protect Sonic's speed and take down Robotnik so they can save themselves. There isn't really world-ending stakes in this movie. A lot of the things too, which I do like in movies, is Jim Carrey's Robotnik is pretty much set up where the government basically gives him access to do anything because of how brilliant he is and his track record. So like some of the things that he does, he's blowing up entire like highways, and the government's not even questioning it and letting him do what he needs to do. So it is like a goofy film. Don't take it too seriously, but that just makes it a lot of fun. And like I said, the humor in this movie is really, really well done. There are some product placements in the movie, which annoys me a little bit. Olive Garden is one of the biggest ones, but they don't kind of like some movies say like World War Z, Brad Pitt's drinking Pepsi Cola and they zoom in on the can. It's nothing like that. It's more like they make fun of the fact that they had to do product placements in a sense. It's all woven into the comedy of the movie, which I do. Like, I'm okay with movies doing their product placements like Sonic did. But like I said, Jim Carrey is a scene stealer in this movie. It was really good to see him get to be as goofy as he wanted to be, and it's nothing like super over the top, nothing that we're used to Jim Carrey like not doing, but yeah, no, like seeing him just bring a lot of life into this character was a lot of fun to watch. It was whenever he came on screen, I was excited to see what he was going to do next because it was so unpredictable what he was going to say, what was his actions he was going to do. The animation in this movie is actually pretty well done. Of course, like with the redesign of Sonic, the original design, I think they're going for a more realistic feel from Sonic, but the new one is the one that we all wanted, the cartoony, but he doesn't really feel out of place in the movie. They edited him there really, really well. And some of Robotnik's drones that he has in his ships look really well done. Like it's actually pretty well polished. And like I said, they bring in a lot of Sonic lore into this movie. There's even the Sonic the Hedgehog memes makes its way into the movie. So there was a lot of care in this movie, and I can really, really respect that. And I really, really enjoyed seeing it all. But yeah, seeing the passion that really went into this movie to make a movie that Sonic fans would love, which I really like when movie studios do. They don't try and cater to the outside audience. They just make a movie for the Sonic fans. I'm very happy this movie is performing super well. It's already made more money than it's cost to make the movie, which I was really nervous for, but I'm really happy that the movie community or the video game community, whichever, like basically all of us came together to support this movie because they came together to support the vision of the movie that we wanted to see and the character design that we wanted to see. So yeah, like I do highly recommend going to see and support this movie because it usually never happens that we get something like what we did this time around. So I'm really, really happy it turned out well for them. So with all of this taken together and taken into account, I'm going to give Sonic the Hedgehog a 7 out of 10. It was a very, very fun movie, very fun. I can't wait to watch it again. Yeah, it was just, I had a lot of fun in the theater laughing out loud to some of the points, and I can't wait to see where they go for future installments and the characters that they bring in, and just to be able to see truly like Sonic movie, because of course too they bring the human elements and the characters into the story, and they were really well done, but of course we're all really excited to see more characters like Tails, Knuckles, Shadow, all of those people work their way into this franchise. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about Sonic the Hedgehog, what you want to see from sequels, and of course as always, leave a like, leave a subscribe, click all my playlists if you want to see more. And awesome guys, definitely go support this movie. It's well deserved and they put a lot of care into it.